Hey y'all, I'm DRBibliophile. It's review time. Now this isn't the kind of book you typically see reviewed, but, oh well, here it is. The Weiser Field Guide to Cryptozoology by Dina West Budd. I've had a fascination with cryptozoology for almost as long as I can remember. For those of you who don't know, cryptozoology is the study of creatures or animals that may or may not exist, or those that are not currently recognized by traditional zoology. Very famous examples are Bigfoot, Yeti, the Loch Ness Monster, and Chupacabras. This book right here was actually a library find, and I typically grab any kind of cryptozoology book I can get my hands on just because they're not always that easy to come by. And when I saw that this was actually a field guide, I was hooked. It is a very interesting book, however, there is a lot wrong with it. First though, let me cover the parts of the book that I really did enjoy. First thing I really liked was that it brought to my attention several cryptids that I have never heard of, such as rods or skyfish, spring-heeled jack, and the beasts of Badsboro, North Carolina, which I'm in North Carolina, so I'm not sure exactly where Badsboro is. Hopefully it's a little ways away. The other thing I really liked about this book is the further reading section. Mrs. Dina West Budd did an excellent job, as you can see right here. All this right here is just further reading. For every cryptid mentioned in this book, she lists at least 10 other outside resources, so if you find one in here that especially piques your interest, she provides a wealth of knowledge that you can go and find out even more about it, so bravo, Miss Budd. Now, those are the parts I really did like, but now let's get into the parts of the book that I really did not enjoy. Let's start out with the cover. The Weiser Field Guide to Cryptozoology. Werewolves, dragons, skyfish, lizard men, and other fascinating creatures, real and mysterious. Did you catch it? No? Right here. That little four-letter word. Real. Now, didn't I say that cryptozoology is a study of creatures that may or may not exist? So, by that reasoning, if a creature is proven real, it is therefore no longer a cryptid at all. Strike one. Alright, moving on. Now this book claims to be a field guide. Most every field guide I've ever come across includes very detailed drawings or sketches or even actual pictures of the creatures you may come across, as well as descriptions of them, where to find them, etc. etc. For example, think of a common birdwatcher's field guide. It'll show you pictures or very good artist renderings of the bird, where you can find them, what attracts them, and for some cases, how to defend yourself in case maybe something happens. Some birds aren't that nice. Or a better example of that would be something like a national park field guide. They would tell you, in case of like a mountain lion attack, what to do so as to defend yourself in case, because some cryptids, as mentioned in this book, are not necessarily friendly, so you would expect to see that in here. The biggest beef I have with this is the pictures within the book. Let me show you an example. Okay, I provide two examples. This first one is called the Ohio Grassman. Let me read you the description of it. It says right here, the monster could weigh as much as 1,000 pounds, stands 7 to 10 feet tall, and has long flowing black or brown hair around a broad shoulders. His arms are muscular, his head is small, and he has no neck. The grassman's hands and feet are very large. He has a wild odor, although it is sometimes described as smelling like rotten eggs. He has been known to make growling noises as well as other sounds. So, right now in your mind you have this image of a terrible big creature, something kind of like Bigfoot. Oh no. The image she tells you to watch out for. If you see this, run, you found the Ohio Grassman. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. That's the Ohio Grassman. Oh, it gets better. Oh, this has to be my favorite one. Here's another description. It's called Thunderbirds. Ruth saw her son in the claws of one of a pair of gigantic jet black birds with long white ring necks and curled beaks, wingspans of more than 10 feet, and bodies close to 5 feet long. That is a terrifying bird. Sounds more like a pterodactyl. So, if you see this, run, because it's going to get you. That right there. Seriously, for a field guide, this is ridiculous. I can't draw at all. I'm lucky if my stick figures resemble people in any way. But honestly, not being mean, I have seen 5-year-olds' drawings that look exactly like some of those. Now, some of you may be thinking, okay, if they are cryptids, how could you provide a real picture for something that has not been proven real? Very good and valid point. That is where a very good artist rendering, such as like a sketch artist from eyewitness accounts, and or a still from a found footage tape, would suffice just as well. If nothing else, provide detailed pictures of some of the landscapes or where they like to hide. The only images and actual pictures in this book are landscapes such as just ambiguous graveyards or forests, nothing pertaining or very specific to the local area. Strike two. Now finally, If I were to go up to you or anyone else maybe that has never heard of cryptozoology and never studied it before and ask them to name a creature that may or may not exist, one of 4 answers is going to pop up. It's going to be one of these. It's either going to be Bigfoot, Yeti, Loch Ness Monster, or the Chupacabra. Of these 4, only one is covered in this book, the Chupacabra. Now, she does do a decent job describing the Chupacabra and such. The artwork is still just as bleh as the others, but at least it's in there. She claims that her reason for not including the others is that there has been so much material written about them before. And yes, there is, but this is a field guide to cryptozoology. I mean, if you're going to write a book on a specific field of study, you should include the best known examples of that field. I mean, honestly, to me, that is like writing a history or a study of bodybuilding and not mentioning anything about Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, or Frank Colombo, simply because so much has been written about them already. It doesn't make any sense. Now, if she wanted to take the side and title her book The Weiser Field Guide to Little Known Creatures in the Field of Cryptozoology, that would make sense. I could understand then why she would leave out Bigfoot, Yeti, Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra. But she doesn't. It is a blanket statement, the Field Guide to Cryptozoology. So naturally, in my opinion, you should include the ones that people know the most about. It doesn't even have to be in depth, just a little snippet. At least then, to the casual reader, they can look at it and say, oh, okay, I know these, so this is what she's talking about. But she doesn't do that in this. Strike 3, you're out. It was a nice, easy read that someone who has never heard of cryptozoology could sit down and enjoy, and even someone like me that has heard about it and read many books on the subject can enjoy as well. All in all, if I had to rate it, I would probably give it about 3 out of 5 stars. Simply stated for the reasons already said. Alright, that's it for my review. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, reading is the special key to take you where you want to be. Thanks, and God bless. Bye.